following podcast contains explicit language.
What's going on, Hive Minders? Welcome back to the Mind Meld, a podcast with two lovely hosts being Mason Burns.
Hello. What's going on?
And me, J.S. Price. The Mind Meld is a lively discussion about all yours and our favorite stoner thoughts, or as we like to call it, an hour of your lives that you're never going to get back. Thank you guys so much for listening, and it was good to know you. Mason.
Hello.
How was your week, dude?
Ooh, week was fine.
Yeah.
You probably won't see it on like the recording, but we had a week where we didn't record.
Yeah, we had a week where we didn't record. You were sick.
I had the vid.
You had the vid.
I'm not even afraid to admit it. I had the vid. I don't know. It was fine. I had to quarantine. It was a little staycation.
Yeah.
So.
But you quarantined with your partner, so that
was
like...
it was super easy.
Yeah.
It didn't even feel like it was a problem or anything because we felt fine 2 days in. Yeah. So it just didn't matter.
That's got to be so nice.
Oh, it was a great time.
Dude.
Just living in parallel, having a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I can't how was it for you? Because COVID is not the last time that I got COVID was the summer that COVID was in its height.
Yeah.
And I just remember it was the worst headache that I've ever had in my life.
Really?
It literally in terms of respiratory stuff, I felt like I breathed pretty much fine. My nose was stuffed. It almost felt like a bad cold. The only difference was it felt like someone was taking an axe to my head.
Ooh.
I cannot express to you the just insane pain that I felt in my head.
That sounds awful. No, it wasn't that bad. I've gotten it one other time.
Okay.
And it was fine. For me, it's mostly just a really bad head cold, and then I get brain fog really bad. I just can't mentally process through what I'm thinking about when I have COVID.
Dude,
or even when I'm sick in general, I guess it's just harder. But COVID specifically, it's just ooh.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say that I haven't gotten sick recently because I did get sick kind of recently, but I'm one of those people that when I do get sick, I will call out of work and I will just sleep for 20 hours straight.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I can't do that.
I go into hibernation and then when I wake up, I'm I feel great.
I love that though. I think that's sleep is a cure-all, to be honest, because it's just a fast-forward button on time.
Yeah.
So if you sleep for long enough, you're bound to feel better.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do that though for some reason. My mind just, even when I'm not sick, but when I'm sick, I still want to get up and be in my chair and doing something.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't take naps. I'm not a big napper.
I'm not a big napper either,
really?
To be honest. No, every time I've woken up from a nap, I feel like garbage.
Really?
Every time I wake up from a nap, I'm where the fuck am I?
My nap's 9 times out of 10. Where the fuck am I?
Yeah, dude, I wake up and I'm what the fuck happened? You know?
My naps for me are just time to sit and do nothing. That is it's planned nothing time. It's not necessarily planned sleeping time.
Yeah.
It's just I'm just gonna sit here with my eyes closed and basically meditate for an hour.
Okay.
That's how it feels for me when I nap.
That makes sense.
Do you meditate? Are you have you meditated before in the past?
I have meditated before, and I just I don't know. This probably isn't a good excuse, but I feel like I'm too ADHD for it.
Do you not see? Do you not see the point? Is you think that would be what it is?
I see the point. I just don't think I can do it because I've tried and I'm my mind immediately just starts I can't sit still and do nothing and be calm.
Really?
I constantly have to be doing something.
You have to be something has to be happening.
Something has to be happening.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, meditating is the one time I can not do anything.
Really?
If I really close my eyes and really concentrate on my breathing and kind of the feeling of oh, this is gonna sound weird, but the feeling of your clothes on your body.
Dude.
I kind of really concentrate on that feeling.
I feel like I can. I feel like I can do that if I'm high because I feel like all of my senses are amplified to 20 when I'm high. I think I've told you this before because Mason and I smoke a lot together, but I feel like I mention this every time we get high together where I'm I can feel the blood in my veins.
You feel it pumping?
Yeah, it's not even that. It's I can feel the blood running through my hands and it feels weird and tingly, but I kind of love it.
You like it?
Yeah,
the rush.
It's a good feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but it's weird.
Yeah,
I like it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
For me, it's more it's my joints that I really feel when I'm high.
Yeah,
because it's I feel like I'm gonna get up and I go queek 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 queek. And I start creaking on the way up.
Everything.
I'm a transformer or something. That's how it feels. I'm going from my sitting transformer to my standing. And
yeah. Your car form to your transformer form.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah,
we were talking about Transformers because
love the Transformers movies.
Because we were hanging out last night and I said after you guys all left, I was I'm gonna watch The Matrix.
Yeah.
And
Great film, by the way.
Yeah, great movie. My favorite movie of all time. In my opinion, the best movie of all time, right? So I said that. You were like, what do you think is more worth watching? Like the Matrix trilogy or the first 3 Transformers movies? And I was like, the Matrix trilogy.
Yeah. Well, like, the thing
without a doubt in my mind.
The thing is, too, I started that sentence with, I would rather watch the first 3 Transformers
You would
movie.
rather, and I was like, you're kind of crazy for
Which
that.
is like, I don't know, something about Shia LaBeouf. Who's the director? Big explosion director
Michael
guy.
Bay.
Michael Bay. Michael Bay. Some about him and Bumblebee. I don't know. I'm not a big Megan Fox person, but it was just interesting 'cause, like, that was like her whole, like the whole Transformers 1 shtick was just her being hot in that movie.
Yeah.
Like that was the thing. I don't know.
I forgot that it was Shia LaBeouf. Sometimes I just forget what Shia LaBeouf is in.
Yeah. I
forgot that he was I forgot that he was Indiana Jones' son in the 4th movie. Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I would not have known that.
It was like somebody brought it up to me the other day and I was like, wait, you're fucking with me. And then I looked at him and I was like, holy shit, he was.
Everybody just knows, at least for me, my favorite thing that Shia LaBeouf's ever been in is the Shia LaBeouf like musical song.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
like awesome.
It's so good.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, dude. No, I remember.
Oh, he isn't dead. Shia surprise, like it's so good.
Yeah, dude,
it's so
Shia
good.
surprise.
It's so good.
Are you kidding me? That's
like,
awesome.
I remember seeing that when I was like younger. And like when would that be? Like high school? Like in terms of just like time frame?
You're
slightly
2 years
older,
older
slightly
than me?
older.
Yeah, you're a little bit older than me, so I must have been. Oh, dude, I can't.
I don't even know what year that would have been.
I have no clue either.
But I just remember seeing it and being like, "This is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life."
Yeah, it was, dude. That's kind of how I felt when like my dad. You know, the Lonely Island with like.
Yeah,
dude. The Lonely Island, dude. I remember the first time my dad showed me. I threw it on the ground, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is fucking revolutionary!"
Yeah,
I was like 6 at the time, and I was like, "This is fucking awesome."
Yeah, because like I feel like the peak of like comedy music, like before that, or even like maybe at the same time. 'Cause Lonely Island had been around for a long time, but. Was like Weird Al doing his weird covers.
Yeah, dude.
Like that was like peak of like comedy music for a while. Was like him, and then I threw it on the ground, dick in a box
Lonely
with
Island
Justin
came around.
Timberlake.
Yeah. Like I just had sex. Like yeah dude.
Woo!
Yeah, this song's oh my god,
so good.
Yeah,
man. Like that is some of my favorite shit. Like I'll just watch compilations of that shit. Have you seen the Lonely Island movie?
No.
Oh, what's it called? It's called something funny, but it's like, it's a movie with like Andy Samberg is basically the main character.
Yeah.
And it's not like about the Lonely Island. It's about like this like fake imaginary band.
Yeah.
And it's just really good. The music that came out of it is really good. There's a song called Bin Laden, which is just that's such a banger. Dude, like such a certified banger that came out of that. Me and my friend Will, shout out my friend Will.
Yeah.
He's a big Lonely Island guy, and we bond over that a lot.
That's awesome.
Especially when we're high.
That's
we're like,
so funny.
We're like, hey Will. I threw it on the ground.
Dude,
like,
that's awesome.
Like we just do shit like that all the time.
I love that. I think like my favorite line from that whole song where he was like, he goes to the kid's birthday party and he goes, "Happy birthday" to the ground, and he like throws the cake at the ground. Like, dude, come on, that's awesome. It's so funny.
In what world?
Yeah,
See,
in what world?
That's what you need to listen to when you meditate.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I need to listen to that. You said the name of that song, Bin Laden or whatever, and it reminded me of a TikTok that I saw recently of this girl who's like, "Mom, what did you call him? Ben Salami?" And she was like, "Yeah, Ben Salami." And she turns the camera back to her and she's like, "It's Osama bin Laden." And it's like, dude, how do you fuck that up? Ben Salami? Like, what?
Friggin', what do they say? They're like blessed because you're ignorant, some shit like that. Like,
yeah, ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. That's crazy that I didn't know that one. But like, yeah, ignorance is bliss. That's the definition of it. She doesn't care.
Exactly.
Like, it's one of those things like Bin Laden died on the other side of the world in his cave, and she's like, "Oh my god,
Ben Salami,
terrorism's gone." like that was her.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's so funny.
It's
Holy
done.
shit. I mean, yeah, it's over, dude. It's over. That's oh my god.
We did it.
That's like we did it. We no more terrorism. Would you look at that? That's crazy, dude. That's so funny. Have you watched any good shows recently?
Any good shows?
Yeah. This is like segueing into a show that I watched recently.
Really, I've watched the 100. I've been watching like that like Netflix show a little bit recently, which is interesting. I started watching it. It's a lot of like teen drama, and so like in terms of like engagement, I'm like constantly engaged with something new happening in the show. But like in terms of like overall like what's going on, I'm just like, this is a young adult fiction book, and you can tell.
Yeah.
And so like as long as I have that mindset, I'm like, okay, who is she gonna fuck with next? like who's the next target?
Yeah.
And the main character is kind of a girl boss, so I'm kind of all over that. So it's okay. That's really it, though.
That's fair.
I don't know. I've been watching movies recently, but
you've been watching movies recently.
Before we go to movies, though.
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
So I started watching this show called Dave.
Oh, okay. I think I know the show you're talking about.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Lil Dicky?
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, great rapper.
That show has 2 seasons now.
Awesome rapper. I'm not sure, but I started watching the first season, and I was just amazed at like how, like I mean, like knowing Lil Dicky and like his
music and his like image.
I was like, I was like, oh, this is 100% going to be like just a comedy show.
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, like there's a lot of really funny aspects to it. But there's people outside screaming.
Yeah, no. The window's not even open.
Yeah, I know. Is that in the hall? No, I don't know. But anyway, the show was just like so much more beautiful than I thought it was.
There was real context. Not context, but like
there was just like very
substance.
Yeah, there's substance to it, and there's very real like emotions and like struggles that people have that I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like I remember there was spoilers, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it. Great show, go watch it.
I've seen it. It's super good. I've seen the first season.
Yeah. There's like a very distinct moment where his hype man, Gata.
Gata.
Yeah, the dude is awesome. Like they're struggling to get him like kind of like he was over motivated to be the hype man, like he was super excited to do it, and then they told him like you need to chill out, like you're just being like way too high energy right now. And then he took his meds and then got like way too chilled out, and they're like, we need you to like get hyped up, like what's going on with you? And he was like, I'm bipolar. And like that was I was like, that's crazy. And then he started going, he was like, I've been feeling this way for a while. I take these meds for it. I've been diagnosed. He's like, and I don't want to tell anybody this, but he's like, I love you guys. I love you guys so much, and I feel comfortable telling you this.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, this is an awesome show.
Yeah, you're like watching and you were like, this isn't, they're not using it for a bit.
Yeah.
They're using it because that is his character.
Yeah. I was like, this is like a very real thing. I was like, I feel like there's like a stigma around not, especially like men, just like not admitting to the fact that 100%. There's like, mental turmoil that they have to deal with.
It's not even that. It is that, like, obviously, right?
Yeah,
but it's like part of it there is that, like, at least on the outside of the group too. Like, I don't remember the show a whole lot, but I'm almost positive with how the show presents Dave and like the people around Dave that like it was like a fine experience like for that, because like he's like, at least in that show, he's a very like emotionally driven character in that show.
Yeah.
I don't know how true to life it is. I'm assuming it's like it's supposed to be him, right? Yeah. But I don't know how like if these are stories that he's experienced, or if they're like just stories that he's making with himself in them.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't looked it up, but I mean, like, I feel like it's almost more. I feel like it's almost way cooler if it isn't based on real stories too, because it just shows the kind of person that he is, where he's like, even though this isn't something that I went through, I want to bring attention to this in the show that I'm making. He's like, I want this topic to be talked about, and I want it to be very present in this project. Yeah,
and especially in like, I'm assuming that's like that specific episode, he kind of has that like he's like there the whole time, but in terms of his like coming out to his friends, it's like that whole like arc of that is like he's the hype man, this is what's going on. Because I do remember that like storyline from watching that first season.
And it was super
like
cool.
You're super right though. It's like in terms of the overall like just the concept of being able to admit that to someone else is not something that most people like go through.
100%.
You know what I mean?
And it's really cool to see. Like, because I was watching it with my dad and my stepmom. We were all watching it together, and all of us were like just dumbfounded.
You were just surprised.
Yeah,
almost.
we were like, this is awesome. And my stepmother, love her so much, we were high out of our minds watching it. And like, I was emotional. I was like, that was beautiful. I was like, I cannot believe that I was like, they just put it in this show. This guy's just coming out to his friends and being like, this is a mental illness that I deal with, and I don't like to talk about it, but I love you guys so much, and I feel comfortable that I'm okay talking about it with you.
No, it's a powerful moment.
It is a very powerful
because
moment.
Gator is one that's in the whole. He's in the show basically from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
He's not like introduced halfway through.
Yeah.
He's in the show for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
No, it was like the first episode. Like
really?
In the first
weird.
episode, he was like,
I don't remember it being that early.
because that's how Lil Dicky got his whole thing in the show with YG or whatever his name is, the other rapper.
Yeah. The more popular one that he's trying to like blend in with.
He like sat down in the studio and he was like, because he was waiting to see if he could like talk to YG or whatever, and he started like checking on like the statistics of his video or whatever, the like his song where he was like, "My dick sucks," like that was the name of his song, and Gator was sitting across from him and he's like, "No way, you're Lil Dicky, you're the guy that does My Dick Sucks." And so that's how they met in the first episode.
My Dick Sucks.
Yeah,
what a freaking banger, if I can't say.
Right?
Relatable and witty. Love it.
Dude, it's so good. But yeah, no, he's been around for a while, and so it was just like a very impactful moment.
Yeah.
And it was cool because at that moment Lil Dicky was like, "Dude, like, I love you. So glad that you told us. And actually, like, I have a really good idea."
He wasn't like
now.
a weirdo about it.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, "I have a really good idea." He was like, hey, he made like his promo video for his brand. He with Gata and his DJ or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm Lil Dicky. I'm like a Jewish white boy from the suburbs, and like you probably don't know me that well. This is Gata, my like bipolar hype man, whatever." And it's like,
he just says it.
Awesome.
It's just,
it's like,
nice.
No, these guys are like, they have all these things going on with them that doesn't make them, that like, just, I guess, makes them not a part of like the social norm that people have, but they're still like fucking awesome.
Yeah, especially because like a lot of the concept of like, of Dave's character in that show is he's not like a normal rapper.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is that he is like doing something different.
Yeah.
And like that's why he is so interesting to follow as a character and as a rapper, is because like that's his whole concept, is he's doing something different. And so when he's like, "Yeah, these are my boys. We're all doing something different," then it's like, okay, I see the message. I see it.
And it's super sick.
Yeah. No, that show is cool. That's a Hulu original. Shout out to Hulu.
Really?
I think so.
I didn't know that. Yeah, no, we were just looking for a show to watch, and I mean, just like always a classic amongst me and my stepmom at least is Bob's Burgers.
Well, I mean, that's go to.
It's just like, it's a great show, and we love it. And we always give my stepmom some shit because like she reminds us of Linda so much.
Oh,
like
nice.
She's so fucking funny. She's awesome. I love my stepmom so much. And my dad is a little bit like Bob, where he's like he's kind of like a little bit fed up, but he's like, "I love you." Yeah,
I love Bob's Burgers.
Dude, it's awesome.
My cousin, like, I always, when we were younger, we would always say that he looks like Tina. We've always been like, "Jacob, we want to get you like a Tina shirt so that other people can think that you look like Tina." So
dude,
like, it makes a comparison.
That's awesome.
Because it's not like, it's not even like a personality thing. It's just like you look like you could be Tina. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah.
But I love that show. That show's funny.
It's so good.
I've never seen like it in order. Like,
really?
Like all of it, like, you know, like
I definitely feel like I've like skipped a few episodes. Like, I mean, it's one of those shows where it's like, I don't know. I guess it's like similar to like Family Guy or like The Simpsons.
I don't really like Family Guy.
Family Guy's not great. Yeah.
Is The Simpsons good? I haven't watched very much Simpsons. I played The Simpsons.
Classic.
I played like The Simpsons mobile town builder game when that came out. That was cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't know any of the characters, and I was like at that point too, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that they," because I didn't really know. But I saw the character. I like built the Quickie Mart, and I was like, "Oh my god, they had like, this guy is the one who runs the Quickie Mart. Like, is that like okay?" Like, I was like, "What is happening?" I was like, because I just didn't know. And but no, it was like I built that, and I was like, "That's pretty funny." I don't know. I did watch American Dad though. Roger the Alien.
Yeah, dude.
He gives me joy.
But they're like all those shows are very similar in that you don't need to watch it in any necessarily chronological order.
It's like individual hijinks.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like, I don't know. I have a high appreciation for shows like that because it like, I need to have my shows that I can get attached to and my shows that I can just
watch.
Yeah.
Like just like have on.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch The Office? I was with The Office for a while. I don't think The Office is a good show.
Really?
But I think it's funny and like witty enough to where I'm engaged in it and I can watch it all.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's kind of where
I don't
I'm
think
at
it's like
too.
overall that great.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I thought it was like okay. Like I thought it was pretty funny at times.
Yeah.
Like it would make me chuckle.
The dinner party episode kills me.
Yeah.
What's her name? Jane. You know what I'm talking about? Michael's like, I don't know if they're fiance at that point.
Why can't
like Jane or something. Regardless, she like punches
Jan.
his little TV. Punches his little TV and like breaks it off the wall. That shit sends me every time because he's like, I just got this new flat screen. It's like 15 inches big.
And he just like pushes into the wall and he like, dude, it's
he's
awesome.
like, oh, don't worry, it's got movement.
Yeah, what's her like scented candle brand too?
Oh fuck, I don't know, but I would never. It's like Candles by Jane or some shit like that. Like it's something like.
Yeah, it's
just
something
like her name.
ridiculous, but it's so funny.
No, I just like that episode always sends me. I don't even know, like the one where Dwight gets locked in a box because because he's trying to spy on someone makes me laugh. I don't know. It's a funny show. It makes me laugh.
I have an appreciation for it, but I don't know. Sometimes it's hard for me to stick to those shows that like seem at first like each episode is independent of others.
Oh, and then have like overarching plots.
And then it'll have like yeah. That's why like I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for saying this, but like I liked Adventure Time all up until a certain point where everything just like started.
Did it become like a linear story at some point?
All of a sudden it started to have like a storyline, and I was like, I don't know if I can follow this.
I've seen like YouTube shorts of Adventure Time. I've never seen like a full episode. I don't think
they're good. I mean, I like Adventure Time. I just like I couldn't. It was one of those things where it was one of those shows that I liked because I could zone out to it and like not think about it. But then when it started like having this overarching storyline where I needed to start engaging, I was like, I can't do this.
Really,
I can't.
That's where a lot of like children's shows are going like nowadays because like for a while it was like it's not like SpongeBob's fault, but like a lot of children's shows were like that, like block format, right? It's where you have 15 minutes of funny hijinks. It gets resolved at the end. Yeah, your characters are the only concurrent plot line, and where they live is their only concurrent plot line that goes through like the whole show. Yeah. But like a lot of children's show nowadays, like the Owl House, the new Adventure Time show that's coming out. There's this one about like frog people. Owl House? I have not. There's this one about like frog people that like is the same concept where it's like, oh my god, they get transported to this funny frog world, and they have to deal with the funny frog hijinks. But that's not true. Like in like the second season, there's like a frog rebellion, and they're like fighting against this mean evil frog, and I'm like, what is happening? Like it's a crazy like a huge theatric plot line. Dude, have you watched which is cool. But I don't know. It's not the same as it like used to be for like SpongeBob and stuff like that. We sound like boomers. I sound like a boomer right now. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not saying it's bad.
Just a preference. I'm 21. Mason is 23. Yeah. Like we're not old.
We're
hopefully
not boomers.
Right? Soon.
Yeah, you're gonna hear me like do the little like boomer cough. Like,
dude, the iPad kid cough. Where you're like,
yeah, I do that a lot, especially when I'm gaming. I'm like, so if I'm like at my monitor, I'm like this. Yeah, and I'm like. I do like a quick little turn.
Dude, that was oh my god, that's so funny.
But it's fuck. I don't even know what we were talking about. It's gone.
The shows.
Oh yeah. No, they've all gone to like the overarching plot lines, which is cool because it gives like the writers more like freedom to create cool and developmental characters. But SpongeBob burn his brain down is funny, haha. Yeah, like that's the difference. You know?
No, 100%. One show that I got into because of one of my buddies, sorry, I had to burp for a second, was Bravest Warriors. Have you ever heard of it? Dude, the only reason that I started watching it, oh shit.
I just bumped it a little bit.
The only reason that I started watching it was because of this character in the show called Catbug.
Catbug?
Yeah. Okay. And he's just this enthusiastic little cat who's got a ladybug like back.
What?
His name is Catbug. And like he's so fucking intense for no reason.
I love
It's crazy. Like there's an episode where
intense,
he just
like crazy energy.
He like teleports in, like gives them. I think he gives like the other characters. I can't even remember what he gives them, but he gives them like. I think it was like peanut butter squares.
Okay.
He was like, they said I could have one peanut butter square. But to leave, the rest are too hot to eat, so I left them for you guys. And they're like, thanks, Catbug. Do you think you can get back to where you are, to where you were before, or like go send this message? Mm-hmm. And he's like, I don't even know how I teleported. Who knows if I can go back to where I was? And then he goes, ah! He like screams and teleports, and it's like, what the fuck just happened?
Where did he go?
Where did he go? What happened?
That's actually so cat bug.
Yeah,
the thing is
crazy.
too is like you can tell like or not you can't tell, but my guess would be that the writers were like trying to think of a name for him, and they're like, oh, we're just gonna give him cat bug for now. We'll rename him later, and then they just go, oh no, we love cat bug.
Yeah, because cat
We
bug
love
is fucking
Cat Bug.
awesome.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like puppy cat.
Yeah, dude,
when
it's
they're
like puppy
it's
cat.
like one of
Being
those
puppy
things
cat.
where I
You know,
feel
there's a
like
being a puppy cat.
you
dude.
could have given him a name, but it's just not as charming. Not as charming as
cat
puppy
that smells
cat.
like wet dog. Puppy cat, man.
So good.
Such
so
a
good.
great show too.
I don't know very much about that show, but I just know that it's one of those ones where I glaze and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, dude.
What are they doing?
I 100% watch that show and I get zoned out.
Yeah,
it's like, this is great.
No, dude.
This is awesome.
It's one of those ones where I watch and I'm just like, am I supposed to understand what's going on right now, or is it just supposed to be like confusing as hell?
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's like, I don't know. That's definitely one of those shows where I feel like I can glaze over. I talk about this a lot, but one of my favorite shows of all time that even though every episode is like a random fucking hijinks where the characters have to like resolve an issue, but I'm still engaged with every single time, 100% of the time, is Regular Show. I fucking love Regular Show. Dude, yeah, wow. Wow. Yeah, like that, dude, like that's crazy.
Yeah. No, dude. Mordecai and Rigby, two of my bros at this point.
Like, I know, right? It's I feel like they like raised me.
Yeah, that's a show that I've watched like all the way through and been like, yeah, I'm glad I did that.
You want to know something funny?
Huh?
My mom didn't allow me to watch that show when I was a kid.
Really?
So at the time, my parents are divorced, right? My mom wouldn't let me watch the show. My dad, however, every time I went over to his house, he would be like, yeah, mom didn't let me watch the show. And he'd be like, fuck it, we're watching it. And so he bought every season of Regular Show and we watched all of it.
That's fucking
he
incredible.
Loved Regular Show
That's incredible.
too. Like him and I would watch it together and he'd be like, dude, this is fucking awesome. His favorite quote from that show was when was the prank call episode with the master prank caller where they wouldn't stop calling him. Yeah. And my dad kept saying the thing where the master prank caller was like, I'm gonna ask you both to leave me alone, or else I'm gonna prank you so hard you're both gonna poop a duke. My dad would not stop saying that. He would come up to me as like, I'm gonna prank you so hard you're gonna poop a duke, and I'd be like, Dad, what the fuck?
That's the funniest thing too. Is like the master prank caller episode is like the bits are just so good, and then when you're watching it, the master prank caller is a giant phone.
Yeah.
Like he's like a person. He's a giant phone. And he just like dials on himself.
He just dials on
himself. And you're like, what am I now? Because at the beginning of the show, they're just like on their little like landline. They're haha, funny, like prank call, and then they hang up. But the master dialer goes, oh no, I'm gonna fuck you. And
yeah. Just like presses all the buttons on his chest and shit.
Superhero.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
But yeah, he's a giant phone instead of being just like a person.
I just love that like every other character in that show is like a regular fucking person, and then in the park, you have a talking gorilla, a gumball machine, a bird, a raccoon, a giant lollipop, a green little goblin man, and a ghost. Like, what the fuck?
And you got Pops, my man.
Yeah.
My man Pops. His head is too big.
His head is so big.
One of my favorite Regular Show episodes that I think about a lot is the one where he draws on the back of his head because he's scared of public speaking.
He's scared of public speaking, yeah.
Because that one's just so real.
And then he gets too dizzy.
That's another one that's just like, oh my god, he's spinning, like that makes sense. And then he falls and he just falls into like himself.
Yeah, he falls like into the void, and it's like, holy shit.
And your mind just goes, I didn't think that was going to happen. It's like the subversion of expectations. It's like comedy gold. It's like when people are like, when you're drafting a joke, it's all about subverting expectations. That's that show.
I'm trying to think about what my favorite episode of that show is. One of my buddies, his favorite episode is the Fuzzy Dice episode.
That one's good.
Where they have,
that one's good.
I like that episode. I just don't get why it's his favorite. I mean, like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's hilarious.
What's the one where they like they go to like Cheese Nips or something like that? Like it's like they go to like a restaurant and then they're like, oh yeah, we're astronauts, and then they go to the front of the line.
Oh,
and yeah,
Cheezers. When they
they're like,
yeah, because they're Mordecai's like at the computer, like watching videos or whatever, and Rigby's like, you know what's gonna make these videos so much better, man? This grilled cheese. And he's like, whoa, is that a grilled cheese from Cheezers? And he's like, you know it is. You know what I'm saying?
You know it is.
Yeah.
He's just
and
like,
Benson comes in. He's like, what are you doing with my sandwich? You know.
And then they're like, they have to go get him another mundane task. By the way,
the mundane task.
And then they go,
somehow
we're
they
astronauts.
Well, yeah, because the whole thing was like, Rigby was like, Rigby was like, I'm a better liar than you are. And Mordecai was like, you're definitely not a better liar than I am. And so...
Oh, yeah.
And so it started with the whole thing where like the astronauts got to cut the line because they were astronauts.
Yeah.
And so Mordecai taps on the lady's shoulder and is like, excuse me, ma'am, we're astronauts. And then it just like keeps getting worse.
Yeah, well, because like they eventually end up in like a black hole room.
Yeah,
and then like Mordecai
the
like
antimatter,
admits,
yeah,
Mordecai admits like, I don't want to die. Like you're a better liar, and then like shuts off, and then he's like, Rigby's like, oh yeah.
And
then
I love that. Because what it is like they they throw the. They tell him like, oh, the only way to save the city and stop the antimatter thing is to throw something solid into it. And so they're like, you have to throw Lieutenant Riggs. And
Lieutenant Riggs.
Yeah, because that was what he was called. And Rigby was like, don't do it, Mordecai. Do not throw me. And Mordecai was like, I'm so sorry, but I have to. And then picked him up, and like Rigby thought he was gonna die, but then he pulled out the grilled cheese and threw it instead. And then it exploded. And they like got smashed into the door. It falls over, and then they look up at everyone staring around them, and they go, "We're not astronauts."
They just go home. Like they didn't get the grilled cheese. Benson's still pissed.
No,
like
they
their problem.
They brought the grilled cheese
they brought
back.
one back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good for them.
And Benson was like, "What the fuck happened to my grilled cheese?" And Rigby's like, there was the cheese place, and then there's the astronauts, and then there was the room with the bad stuff, but we saved your city with the sandwich. and Benson's like, how hard is it for you guys not to lie to me? And Mordecai's like, we ran it over with a car.
And he's like, see?
He's like, see?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just tell the truth?
That's the best part about like just that in general, is that it's so mundane to where you're like, my day could have started like that. Like the rock, paper, scissors one. Like my day could have started like that. Like just shooting the shit with someone, and then why am I fighting a giant, or like they're setting up chairs?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
A giant space demon because you played rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, that's like the art of the show almost, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how they do it. And it's fucking awesome.
I have a high appreciation for shows like that because I feel like I'm relatively creative in that like I can have an idea, and with like the video editing and like recording skills that I've developed, I can like put something together that I like.
Oh, okay.
But
I see.
For these people to consistently be able to come up with a new bit every single episode, and it's good is crazy to me. I'm like, you have like I like worship JG Quintel because of how like smart.
Have you seen the original? Sorry, I'm going to cut you off, but have you seen like the original like draft essentially of like the show
where they
they're
take
in like
acid
a
in the gas station? Yeah, dude.
That shit again. Another shout out to my buddy Will. He's the one that showed me that for the first time, and I was like, this is incredible. Like I could see how he made this, and he goes, oh shit, I'm onto something.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I can make this like something huge.
And it's so cool. I love it so much. I have a high appreciation for shows like that where it's like each thing is a skit, or like YouTubers that do that where they like are able to consistently come up with like good
something
skits.
New. Yeah.
I definitely have like a big appreciation for like did you ever watch like Corridor Digital?
No.
Corridor Digital was really cool because they are essentially a team of like VFX workers.
Interesting. Okay.
And so they did a lot of really cool concepts where they came up with a video idea and then applied like their insane VFX knowledge to it to make it like super cool. Like would
they do like the fight ones? Is that who they were?
Yeah.
Okay.
They would do like one of my favorite videos by them of all time is Portal basketball tricks.
Weird.
Where they would like VFX in like portal guns, and they would do like basketball tricks with them, and it was awesome.
That sounds cool. They would just like pretend to like shoot it through portals, or like obviously they would do the one where it's like going
and
really
like
fast.
The music was super intense, and it was so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm trying to like. For me, I watched a lot of like. Oh God, have you ever seen? I know there's the cops are out there.
Somebody's dying, dude.
Like, I hope not. I'll go give. I'm CPR certified.
Are you CPR?
Where are they at? I think it's expired, but the Good Samaritan law says it's fine for me to try.
Yeah.
I got to check for his DNR card first, though, just in case.
What
That's kind of dark, but. Oh yeah, have you ever seen talking about like YouTube shows? Have you ever seen Video Game High School?
I've heard of it. I never saw it.
It is. It's not good, but it's fucking awesome.
Okay.
It's just something about it. It's just this kid, and he like just is terrible at games. Like you watch him play and you're like, you have no, like, what is he doing? Like it's like, what is happening? But it's like the sort. It's like it almost feels like Sword Art Online, but for like FPS games in terms of like the concept. And he just gets thrown into the shit, and he's like the most awkward human being you've ever witnessed. But he just always wins. Like he just always wins, and it's so fun to watch because you're like, man, dude, if I had that was me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I could be at video game high school.
Exactly. Yeah. What the fuck?
And he gets the girl. He wins the tournaments. Like he does what he like. He just does it every time, and you're like, man,
crazy.
I wish I was you. Like video game high school is really good for some reason. Like they go get drunk in a golf cart at some point. That's interesting.
I think the only like YouTube show that I watched that I was like, this actually isn't bad, was Wayne.
I don't know that one.
It was this it was just this kid in high school who was like known for like he was like the bodyguard of people. Like people would like hire him to be like, can you fight this guy? Because he was just like, yeah, fuck it.
He would just fight. He would just fight anybody.
Yeah,
interesting.
He would fight anybody. Everybody was scared of him. Yeah.
Were you a Smosh fan? Were you a Smosh watcher?
I wasn't.
What? Wait, really?
Yeah, no.
Man, I just felt like, I don't know why. I thought I was gonna hear dude, I fuck with Smosh.
I was not a Smosh watcher.
Interesting.
When I was younger, I was a big. There was like 3 people that I watched. 2 of them very prominent names. Obviously, watched a lot of Markiplier.
Reasonable.
Watched a lot of Jacksepticeye.
I think that was I didn't watch either of those 2 guys.
Really?
I kind of almost all of my Markiplier exposure has been from seeing. Oh no, watch it.
Okay.
I don't really watch. Like I understand. Like now that I've seen more of it, I understand why he's popular. I understand why people really like him. I just didn't have that. Like, do you say because he's hot?
Yeah.
He's an attractive individual.
Yeah, he's
like,
an attractive.
He's like pretty. Like he's like not huge, but he's like built.
God.
Yeah, I mean it's glazed for a second, right?
Yeah.
Like holy.
God damn.
His hair, like
yeah. Anyway,
but like I've only all of my exposure is like recent exposure.
Yeah,
I never watched him when I was younger. The same thing with Jacksepticeye. I didn't really watch him when I was younger. I did see that one clip of him though recently on the lie detector test, just like railing into Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
that shit was making me laugh so hard.
Dude, he's awesome.
I thought it was so funny.
Guy.
He's like, they're like, do you hate Mr. Beast? And he goes, yeah, like no hesitation.
Yeah.
Like I was like, dude, that's a powerful individual.
Yeah,
you could
just
tell.
like do what you want. Have your own opinions.
Exactly. Like he's been in the scene for so long that he's just saying he just says what he thinks and fuck it.
Yeah.
Like it's not racist and it's not like
as long as you're not like a fucking bigot, like an asshole.
Yeah, he's not like Joe Rogan or he's not like he's not
exactly.
He's not Elon Musk. He's not racist and awful.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's just saying his opinion on something that's like, to be honest, a mild take.
Yeah.
So, like
you can just not like Mr. Beast. That's perfectly okay.
Yeah, and they had some Twitter beef that was funny. I don't know.
Yeah, no. But the third name that I watched prominently was this guy named Zach Scott Games.
I don't know who that is.
I think his big thing that I watched a lot of, I got very into him by watching his like Slender the 8 Pages gameplay, just because he didn't play a lot of horror games, and so when he did, he would like freak the fuck out.
Thing.
Yeah, he would like freak the fuck out. And then I had a huge thing where I was very into Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
Oh, that game is super cool.
Right? Awesome game.
Yeah, it's one of those shooter games that is just interesting. Like,
yeah,
it's just,
dude,
there's nothing
PvZ,
else like it.
Garden Warfare 2 servers just went down recently.
Really?
They like took them down forever, and I'm so sad. Honestly, yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, pour one out for those.
Seriously. But I really liked his videos on that because I was super invested in that game as well.
Okay.
It was like one of those it was one of those games where I was like, yeah, it's like a weird third person like shooter, but it's so fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love that game.
No, it's because it's just unique and interesting.
Yeah,
there's no games like that out there. Like,
exactly.
Even right now. Like maybe like Fortnite is similar, like camera footage and movement speed, but it's not the same game at all.
No, it's not the same game. Like that was what I loved about PvZ Garden Warfare is like there was just you had the plants, and then you also got the perspective of playing as the zombies as well, and like the unique zombies. It was crazy,
dude. Talking about like what's it called? Servers. After the Microsoft like Activision or like the Microsoft like Activision Blizzard acquisition, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, they brought all of the old COD servers back up. So like right? Oh. They brought all of the like Modern Warfare, it's like original Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, like all this stuff like back then. They brought all the old COD servers back up. And there's a bunch of people that are like trying to get like bunch of people to come back to the servers. And I was like, dude, we are in for a time if this blows up for people.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
like this is gonna be interesting.
Just the slurs are at the ready. Like these 12-year-olds have been waiting.
Yeah, dude, that was like my favorite experiences in COD. I wasn't saying the slurs. I never had a microphone plugged into my controller. I just never did it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really like play with like other people either.
Yeah.
But I would if I would live for those games where I would just like because my aim was so bad. I'd pull the commando perk. I'd make like max running speed, and I would just fucking knife the shit out of people like just all the time. And I would just live for the games where people will just come in and I'm like just like start talking shit. And I'm like I'm like, yeah, what about it, dog? Watch this final kill cam. Like I would be proud.
Yeah,
I'm proud of those.
That's
moments.
awesome. That's so funny.
Yeah,
holy
and like
shit.
obviously, like I don't know, it didn't faze me because I don't know, like there's just random people on the internet saying bad shit. Like who gives a fuck? Their opinion doesn't matter anyways. When on the server, put your money where your mouth is on the server. 1v1 me Russ. That's the type of shit I'd pull. Yeah, that's the kind of shit I'd pull.
Yeah. I didn't really have the experience either. Also, because my mom was like, "You're not allowed to play COD," and I was like, "Yeah, whatever." Like the funny thing is though, I had like a similar experience where, the only game that my mom let me play that was like an FPS and it was I really had to convince her was Destiny because
the first one.
Yeah, I was like, you're not killing people. I was like, it's aliens. Like you're shooting aliens. Like
whatever. PG-13, right?
Yeah. I was like, whatever. It's like it's aliens. It doesn't matter. There's no blood. She was like, okay, fine, whatever. I guess. Yeah. And I had told some friends in middle school that I was playing that game. I was like, oh yeah, play Destiny, and they're like, oh, you should play with us. We were gonna like do a raid, whatever. I was like, cool.
Which is the cool content.
Yeah. Which is the cool content, and of course, like in middle school, we were all of us were swearing, but like, nobody,
fuck, bitch,
all exactly. That stuff, but like we kept it from our parents, obviously.
Yeah,
right. I didn't have anything as a mic except for an Xbox Connect.
No,
and the speaker was obviously the TV speaker.
TV.
Yeah, and so I was planning to do this raid with these guys, and I like jumped on to the party, and I was like, "What's up, guys?" And one of them was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And immediately, first thing, I immediately left, and I can just hear like the footsteps of my mother coming to my room, and I'm like, "No, Mom, no.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know these people.
I promise." It was crazy.
That's awesome,
dude. Oh my god, it was a terrifying moment for me.
That's crazy. I didn't really do like Xbox parties or like PlayStation parties until I got a PC. And then I would do Discord.
Okay, yeah.
I was always I think it's so funny now because Discord's way better than TeamSpeak is.
Yeah.
But I used to always just think it was so funny because when I did mid-tier like competitive TF2 stuff, we would use TeamSpeak because the delay was slower.
Yeah.
It had a faster response time. But Discord's like just caught up, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like I'd always be like, oh guys, we should swap to TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak's way better, but it's not. It's literally awful.
Yeah.
It feels like you're using a program from the late 90s.
It's like garbage.
It's terrible.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah.
No.
But I would always like make fun of Discord and be like, oh, Discord's so bad. And then they just made a bunch of like good changes. And I'm like, why would you ever use anything but Discord?
Yeah, Discord is like...
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, it's so funny because once Discord came out, I was like, we're not using anything but Discord now.
Would you consider Discord a social media platform? Probably, I would say yes. Man,
really?
Yeah. I'm just curious.
I don't know if I would, just because I guess I don't think I'm seeing like Snapchat? Any... Yeah.
So I think for me, it's if I count Snapchat, I have to count Discord.
But that's the thing is that I feel like Discord doesn't like actively feed media to you.
No,
Snapchat feeds media to you, where like you swipe to a page and it's like, look at this most recent news,
look
like
at this
whatever.
IGN thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, like Discord doesn't provide that for me.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the only reason that I wouldn't consider it. Like,
I guess that's
social media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just feel like at least my use case, I feel like I use it in a similar capacity, where it's just like I just equate them.
Yeah,
but that does make sense. The media like being pushed out to you.
Yeah.
I have to ponder.
I think that's what like you could define social media as.
I did like a fake like senior project with one of my friends, Emmett. The only reason I say fake is because we did this whole project.
Are you about to get like your diploma revoked?
I hope not. It's possible. I'll send this to my teacher that still sends me lost memes.
They said your teacher sends you lost memes?
Yeah. What? The most recent one, you're probably thinking like 4 months back.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, she sends me them on Instagram and I just like the post and then I swipe away.
That's awesome. Dude, lost memes?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
They're not good, but
they're lost memes.
Yeah, exactly. So they make me laugh.
Yeah.
We did this project for our senior project at the end of high school.
Yeah.
And so I had this idea that I wanted to do the project on social media and like the high schoolers like expectation and mindset of social media, basically, right? Like taking a bunch of people's survey answers about how they feel about social media, how it makes them feel, and all that stuff. And so we made this really cool, like really large questionnaire, but we made it too late and we didn't push it out to enough people. We got like 15 responses, right?
Yeah.
So they come back, we're like, dude, we can't use this data. So what we do is me and my friend Emmett, we just go in and we just like change the numbers. We widen them out so it doesn't look as bad. And we're like, yo, yeah, we had like 100+ responses on this survey. And we just straight up lied about all of the data analysis, about all of like the scientific like ability about what we're talking about. We just lied about everything. It was so bad.
Dude, that's so
No,
funny.
and then I remember like presenting it, and they were like, "Oh my god, like this is really cool, like that you put this together with all the data and all the like the analysis and qualitative thinking." And I was like, "Yeah,
yeah, we did that.
Yeah, it took us like 2 weeks. We feel good about it. we're done. Let me graduate.
Let me graduate. Yeah. Get me the fuck out."
Yeah, I fucking dressed up, put a little tie on for my presentation. I felt good.
That's crazy.
I felt good.
I don't know, man. I was like, I didn't have to do like any sort of senior project, but to be fair, I was also like, I graduated during the height of COVID. Like 2020 was my graduation year. Yeah. So it was, I didn't have to do anything like that.
Oh, yeah, that's like right at the beginning of it too. Like everything shut down at the last like 4 months.
because like halfway through my senior year, like in March, they were like, "We're not going back to school," and I was like, "What the fuck?
Why not?
This is crazy."
Yeah.
That was when I started my whole streaming thing.
Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah. I didn't realize it was at like that time frame of time.
Yeah, no, that was when I started.
Dude,
it's so fun.
I would love to stream. I think it'd be so fun.
It is so fun.
Yeah,
dude, I should like go back and show you some of like my Twitch VODs.
I've seen a couple like clips, but like not like full VODs.
No, they're like they're somewhat entertaining. They're pretty fun to do. I enjoyed them. Like I enjoyed streaming. Yeah. It's funny because like I for those of you guys that have watched me stream and are listening to this podcast now, I like put it on my Twitter where I was like, I guess I hadn't like really talked about it, and then I posted on my social media where I was like, "Hey, I'm starting a podcast," and like I don't get that much engagement, but people started engaging with that post, and they're like, "What?"
No, dude, I haven't posted on anything in like maybe years at this point.
Yeah,
and I was thinking about it the other day. I was just talking to Ona as well. I was like, I need to update something, and I think it's gonna be about the podcast. It's the first thing I post in like a bunch of months.
Yeah,
and it's funny because I don't really add people on Instagram unless like because I just don't use it that often. Yeah. So I have like a couple people that I like still talk to now, but most of them are like people from high school and like my family. Yeah. So I'm just gonna be like just randomly blast it out there to a bunch of people I don't talk to anymore, and just hope for the best. Yeah. Like I hope that someone's like, "Dude, your podcast was killer," or I hope someone is like, "Dude, your podcast was ass," because like engagement.
Yeah, exactly. We need those people to engage with us.
Yeah. I'm just gonna push it out there randomly and hope for the best.
Exactly. No, 100%. That's the best way to do it, dude. Oh my god, I'm so excited. You know, our Instagram got unbanned. I don't know if I
forgot.
So I want to talk about this real quick.
Such a hot topic right now.
So I wanted to secure the name The Mind Meld on pretty much every social media platform so that we had it. By the way, I like secured a couple more. Nice. We have the Twitter, we have the Instagram, we now have the Twitch channel in case we ever wanted to do.
Wait, that actually kind of hypes me up.
Right? We have the Twitch channel, and we have the TikTok. So we have all 4 of those. And so let's see. Yeah, I was making the Instagram, right? And I told you guys, I told you about this, but I was making the Instagram. I had named it the Mind Meld PC or whatever for the Mind Meld podcast. And I had like just put in the profile picture, and the second that I hit like complete, it was like, "Your account's suspended." I was like, "What?" I was like,
"You're done.
I haven't done anything," and it was like, "You have to submit an appeal," and I was like, what am I submitting an appeal for? What am I appealing?
Yeah, you're like, where was this problem? Where did it come from?
What happened? Is the Mind Meld just like
we're too spicy?
I guess so.
Mark Zucky boy cannot handle us on the Instagram platform.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he realized we're going to be too big to keep us off the platform. That's what happened.
Dude, I feel like, yeah, I was thinking about this because, well, you were telling me, you were like, you have to give me the Twitter login so I can just like shit post on the Twitter.
Excited.
And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Because like I feel like the Twitter is going to be like for like announcements, shit posting, whatever. Mm-hmm. The Instagram is going to be like solely for like posting,
promoting like the
promoting
thing itself.
Podcast, being like putting up like shorts, putting up whatever. Obviously, the TikTok's just gonna be for putting up like those funny moments, shorts, whatever.
Random shit. No, I'm gonna shit post like crazy on the Twitter. You guys better, if you're listening to this and you don't follow the Twitter or the X, go get on there. Go get on there. The X Corp. Go get on that shit,
dude. Go get on that shit. The Mind Meld PC. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not a big poster on social media, like I was saying, but I'm about to ball out on the Twitter.
You better ball out, dude.
Yeah, I'm about to ball out.
Yeah,
on Twitter.
we have. Yeah, what is it? Hold on. Yeah, at the Mind Meld PC.
That's the one.
Podcast. The PC is for podcast. I did that. I feel like I was being kind of clever because a lot of like Mind Meld stuff was taken. So I was like, oh, if I just do the Mind Meld PC, people are gonna know.
That's clever. I like that because it's also just like it's not atrocious to say.
Yeah,
like it's not like it's not like an acronym that sucks ass.
Yeah, it's not like the Mind Meld 435 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like just a bunch of random numbers.
We'll just have it to be like a COD username to where it's like the Mind Meld, one is capital, one is
like
lowercase,
the capital
one is
X,
capital.
Lowercase X, the Mind or underscore the Mind Meld.
I had a gamer tag like that.
Really?
I had a couple. So my first like real gamer tag on PlayStation was shot down 527. Every single letter was different than one another. Yep. I was proud. I was like, dude, I'm in COD. I'm fucking people up. Like this is me.
That's all there is to it. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. My mom's gamer tag was your mom. The shit always sent me.
That's awesome.
It was UR and then mom. And the shit always sent me. I was like, Mom, like why would you do that? She goes, because I'm your mom. And I was like, it always made me smile.
That's awesome.
I was shot down 527 for a while.
Yeah.
I was Bam for Aces for a while.
Okay.
Because that was like my dad's name, and then I just took his Xbox account because I was like, I want to play online. And he goes, well, I'm only paying for gold on one account, and it's mine. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, he didn't say it like that. That was a little more aggressive, but that's essentially the concept.
Yeah.
And then when I first ported to PC, I was XX Goodbye XX.
Okay.
Which is just the edgiest shit I could have ever been.
Dude, that's so funny.
But I thought it was so fire.
Yeah.
Like I'd be playing
of course.
like I'd be playing TF2 like 14 years old and I'm like XX Goodbye rocking in on the soldiers. Powerful.
Dude, you want to know what my like first username was?
What was it?
I don't know why this was my username. Actually, so there's two usernames that stand out to me. One of them, my first like ever like username was when I first started playing like Minecraft a lot.
Okay.
I don't know why this was my name, but it was the Lucky 91.
The Lucky 91.
I don't remember. I don't know. I have zero clue as to why that was the
where
name.
It came from.
Where
why
it came from.
Like why it was that.
Yep.
My mind immediately was like a 91-year-old just got lucky.
Which is
just like it's not not at all it. Not it. Like, but that's like my first thing in my mind.
But my other username, there's a video out there. There's a YouTube video out there on the internet somewhere, and I know exactly where it is, and I know exactly what I have to search for to find it.
Really?
But I know exactly what it is, but I don't tell anybody about this. I was like, there's a video out there of me playing Minecraft where I was like, what's up, guys? It's J Bomber Forever.
No, it's not.
Yes,
no,
dude.
it's not.
Yes, dude. That was...
No, it's not.
Yes.
J Bomber Forever?
Yeah.
That's
it's pretty
crazy.
Bad. Yeah, it's not great, dude.
I don't even know what I would type in because I don't want to type in like J Bomber Minecraft. I know that's just not going to come up.
It's just not going to show up.
But that is awesome.
Yeah,
that's a killer.
That was the username. And
damn,
the most recent username that I've been using is just Price448,
which is just good.
Yeah,
like Price is a great one.
It's one of those things. I mean, it's just like my last name, and then people would ask like, "Oh, where's the 448 from?" And I'm like, 1, 2, 3 was taken.
Lol.
And 4 plus 4 was 8. So I was like,
1, 2, 3 was taken, and I thought, fuck it.
Yeah, I was like, what are two numbers that like add together? I was like, okay, 4 plus 4 is 8. I mean,
what's like with the 527 at the end of shot down? It didn't mean anything.
Yeah, exactly.
They were just like shot down is taken, and then they give you like a couple of different options. I was like, I like 527.
Yeah,
and I just picked it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My dad's username has been the same forever, and I love his username. So my dad's name is Chris.
Okay.
And his username has always been Crispies.
No.
Yeah.
Is it spelled
CHRISPIES. Crispyz.
That's awesome.
Crispies.
I like that actually. And that's like a pro like player name.
Dude, I fucking love the name Crispies. It's so sick. And like his buddy made him like a little like graphic for his name, and it's this dude in like a wizard outfit hanging out the side of like a car that has flames on the side, and he's like, and it says Crispies above it.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
It's so
Crispies
sick.
Is a great name.
Right?
That is an incredible name. I'm say I go by Thorpe now. That's my go-to.
Dude, we've talked about this.
I think
but
Thorpe
like,
is so funny.
Thorpe.
It just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like I'll get random people in my Valorant games being like, they'll just type Thorpe in chat, and I was like, why? I was like, why are you doing this?
Because your name is silly, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking Thorpe.
Yeah. No, I think it's so funny.
What's your alt's name again?
Plopter.
Plopter. Like what the fuck? Yeah. This guy's just coming up with random words.
It's all my World of Warcraft experience. Because when you're in World of Warcraft, if you make another character, it literally can't be the same name as anyone else on the server. So you got to get creative with it. So I just make I made someone the other day. His name is Gimlet. I was like, that's my new dwarf guy. His name is Gimlet.
You're like, oh, my name is Krilpus.
Yeah,
like,
it's just random shit like that.
What?
Yeah, that's always been my forte of names. It's just the way I do it is I put one letter in the beginning that I think can start with like a funny sound, so like or like with a P.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll do like an M.
Yeah.
Like I have a guy named Moopin. So I just start randomly typing basically on something that I think would sound funny, and then when that green check mark comes up, I'm like, cool, we're done.
So you were like Thorpe.
Yeah, I was like, what should I do?
Name.
And I was like TH. I was like, okay, TH is a cool sound at the beginning, and I was like, ORP. And I was like, that's it. Yeah, that's just how I just come up with it. Yeah.
What an amazing series of events leading to your fucking your username.
I just think it's funny.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god.
It's short and sweet. I don't know.
I don't know. I like it. It's just a funny name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm a funny guy.
You are a funny guy.
That's the hope.
Real quick before we end the episode, I just wanted to talk about this, but like, guys, we got new hardware. I mean, I'm sure for those of you guys watching on YouTube right now, we got a new camera. I was feeling a little bit extra fancy, and I got paid a lot, and I was like, I'm gonna splurge a little bit, get a new microphone for Mason, get a new webcam for the podcast.
Look a little good.
Yeah. So now Mason's got the new mic right there, and we got the new. It's the Elgato webcam. It's actually really good. I was shocked with how high quality. Yeah, it looks awesome.
I mean, you basically shit our pants when we saw it for the first time.
Dude,
we had to zoom it in.
I was like, holy, I'm like, there's feces.
No.
In my. You said we were shitting our pants.
Okay, well, shit is a fun word. Feces is not. Like I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, yeah, you make a good point.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to just shut you down like that. That was not my intention.
Dude, that's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah, but no, we got some new hardware. And I feel like we're finally coming along with this podcast, man.
Yeah,
like things are coming together, dude.
Just like a little peek behind the scenes, we're getting close, at least at the time of recording this one, we're getting closer to releasing the first one, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
We're getting like a lot of our stuff finalized, which is really exciting.
I think like the last two things are I just want to make like a quick video for like my Twitter so that I can put it up there, and also just the Mind Meld Twitter in general, so we can put it up there and be like, what's up? We're the Mind Meld.
Hey, this is what we're doing. Exactly. Because what we're doing is freaking cool.
Yeah.
And I hope people want to watch it.
And then I also need to like get some stuff for like a thumbnail.
Yeah, a couple extra stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. No, we're getting closer. We're getting excited,
dude.
Hopefully, I mean, I know a lot of people around us have told us that they're excited, so that again just makes us more excited.
Yeah, I know. It's like good motivation to get it done.
Yeah, exactly. And then once we just start making it happen, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a lot of fun,
yes, dude. Sir. What's the time? Have you
the time? I think we're about ready to. Yeah, we're coming up on like 58 minutes here.
Easy.
I've pretty much talked about everything that I want to talk about today.
I mean. Hey, we were going with the flow.
Dude, we were going with the flow. I love talking to you, Mason.
Thank you. I like talking to you.
You're wonderful.
It's fun.
Dude.
I mean, that's how this started, is us talking. So.
Yeah. No, we got high one day.
And we weren't even high when we talked about it.
Dude,
originally.
Really?
Yeah, we were sober. That's how you know it was a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We were out watching the shooting stars.
Yeah, that's how it stuck so hard.
Yeah, dude.
Because we were sober.
Yeah, we were sober, and Bonnie was like, you guys have good podcast voices, and we were like, holy shit. That was when I thought of the name.
The Mind Meld?
The Mind Meld.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Little joint effort on that one. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Perfect.
We're here.
Dude, I'm so glad we're doing this.
Wait, can we do like a little dap up before we go?
Dude, yeah, for those of you guys on camera, you guys need to see our
do a little dap up?
Yeah, guys, for those of you that are listening on like Spotify or YouTube Music, if you watch the video for this, you got to watch the video for this.
Just check the timestamp.
Yeah, just check the timestamp. It's like in an hour or something.
I'm kind of scared I'm gonna fuck it up now.
No, we're good. We're good.
Bet,
check this out. You ready? Fucking.
Welcome to the Mind Meld, baby.
Perfect, dude.
Welcome to the Mind Meld.
Lovely, guys. Thank you so much for watching or listening. We appreciate it greatly. For those of you listening on Spotify or any other platform, be sure to go check out our YouTube so you can see the video. And for those of you on YouTube, be sure to go check out the Spotify or anything else that you could listen on.
The other social medias as well. We're going to start posting on there soon.
Yeah, exactly. Be sure to go check out our Twitter, Instagram, every other social media that we have, TikTok, all that good stuff. Big shout out to Pengu Kim for doing our design, and big shout out to Reflexes for doing the music.
Huge.
Guys, if you want us to talk about any topics you're curious about, be sure to email us at mindmeldthepodcast@gmail.com. We will look over those, see if anything particularly piques our interest, and maybe bring it up in the next episode and give you guys a shout out.
Tell us whose outfit you like more in the comments, because I think JS is looking mighty snazzy today.
Exactly.
So tell us who you think looks better. It's usually him, but
I was gonna say it was probably him.
Hey, much love across the board. You can tell us we both look hot. That's fine.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.